What is going on, guys? It's your boy Seso here, bringing us in a Photoshop tutorial, bringing us this cool updated 2D banner tutorial. You guys enjoy these so much, and I enjoy them doing them. You know, I enjoy them doing them. I enjoy doing them every 3 months or so I do give you guys some new techniques and some new CC work or whatever it may be, just improving your designs overall while I'm also improving. So of course, let's get into it very quickly. Something about what we're going to be doing today, just something relatively closely, at least so you're going to know how I created it, as well as, you know, of course, you know, what you can do to make it better, or, you know, make your own design, or etc, of course. But anyway, for, you know, description below really quickly, if you guys want to go ahead and download these textures we're going to be using in this video today, please go do so. You know, it's already up there, just download it. It's called probably like 2D or texture 2D update. These are some of the textures I'm going to be using for the background, for the whatchamacallit, the banner we're going to be using today, or doing today. So anyway, let's get right into it. We're going to start applying these textures as simple as possible. You guys already know this process probably, just applying really nice textures for a really nice little simple atmospheric black background. So let's get into it. We're going to apply number 1 right now. I will put the template of my YouTube template as well down here for you guys to use as well, just in case. Some of you guys don't have good ones, or one that has like rulers like mine, like Control H, like simple, like really nice rulers and such like mine. So I will put that down there for you guys if you guys need it as well. Excuse me. So we're gonna start applying these nice stuff. So we're gonna either use normal, overlay, or soft light, depending on what the texture is. And of course, you don't have to use my textures. I'm only giving the ones I'm using just in case you don't have any, or you're more comfortable using, you know, the textures from the tutorial itself. I don't mind at all. So we're going to use soft light for this one, lower the opacity down a little bit. This process is super like preferences. Of course, if you have some really cool textures that you want to use from your own packs or whatever you find them from, please do so. Of course, I'm just showing you guys the basics of how I do mine. So soft light, and lower that just a little bit. And we're going to take that brush, our eraser really quickly, and then just erase little spots on a solid eraser though. Not a solid one, a zero hardness brush, and just erase these little spots just a little bit. I like to do that. Alright, apply number 4 now. And you can see here, just a rinse and repeat thing about your textures and such. Zoom out really quickly. Boom. Alright, put this on overlay or soft light. We'll do overlay. We'll lower this down just a little bit, like so. And then 2 more textures left. We'll just use these. Boom. Drag it in. Also, I have some really freaking cool tutorials planned, and I really can't wait to do them. Like, I really can't. I can't wait. I hope you guys are hyped for it. Of course, by the way, 200 likes on this video equals a secret down below. I'm so good at saying that, it's scary how fast I can say it. But anyways, yes, 200 likes on this video equals a secret download for you guys. Basically, a thank you from me. So please don't forget to try and hit that like button for me. Of course, to share it around with your friends, all that cool stuff. And now with that being said, we're going to put that on overlay and put it on 30 opacity on this last texture here. And we're done applying the texture. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold shift, click my first layer here, click on my bottom layer right here, whatever it is. You're probably not going to have this right here. This is just some other things I have for practice and such. But anyway, shift click on everything below this layer 6 right now for now. Control J to make a duplicate of all these layers. And then press Control E to merge them all together. You guys probably know this process over and over and over again, but what that does is puts everything below, or the texture itself, make it one whole layer. So if I just simply, let's just group these together and call this whatever I want to call it. With simple Control G, it's a group, and we don't need this, like I said. If we hit this, it will still be here because this texture right here is the texture itself. Or the textures, all the textures combined. So with this, Control J, make another duplicate of this texture, go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and then put this to about maybe like 4.5 or so. You can see how smooth you can get this texture to look though. Look at it. Look at an 8. Just look how smooth it is. Depending on your personal preference, 4.5 is good enough for me. So this is really good for making your solid, nice atmospheric black background for you guys to start off your banner with. Boom. Alright, so let's make a new layer really quickly. I'm going to use some of my brush stocks really quickly, some of my brush textures, because I love using them and they look really good. So I'm going to do so right now. If you don't have them already, if you want to get them, it's $5 one-time purchase, and you get updates every 2 weeks of just new and improved stocks for you guys to also use in your banners, projects, whatever projects you guys are using really. And I believe it's extremely worth it. You can see the ones I have right now, just a quick glimpse of them. They look really good, and it's my second most purchased product, so it really is worth it. Just ask around. Pretty sure you can tell. You can see. Oh, that's an eraser, isn't it? Yes, that is an eraser. All right. I always do that. Alright, boom. Applying that there. Overlay. And this is just doing, adding a little bit more of a nice little atmospheric touch for me. I don't know. I just like that. And then we could just apply this. Boom. Almost the same process of creating a thumbnail as well. You know, all the same time. If you put time into any design or whatever, it's going to look good. So, you know, whatever the time you put into this banner, please do so. Make it your own. Please just try your best to make it your own. But of course, take reference if you need to. Please do so. And it's free. It's free. It's free to use knowledge. You know, of course, there's no wrong in trying different things from other people's perspective and then just changing them up to your own. Really isn't. Alright, so let's just go ahead and complete that. We're done with that, basically. Alright, let's group all this together, and we'll just call that what it is. It's just the background itself. All that is grouped together, and now we can start the process of text and color and all that cool stuff. So, we basically have the background that I did for this one. There are pictures in the background of Phase Adapt, by the way. Pictures of him in, like, different poses in the background, so we have to do that as well. But for now, we're going to just do the simple text really quickly, and we're just going to use simple text right now. We're just going to call it, what are we going to call it? We're going to call it tutorial, and we're just going to make this bigger. And now, I'm not the biggest fan of really big text. Like, I feel like if you're doing your text and it's this big, it's a little bit too big. Just a little bit. So I'm just trying to give you guys some little tips and such while I go. Maybe like 30 or 40. I don't know. It's really personal preference. I'm going to go with 40 for now. I'm going to use my rulers really quickly to see. Alright, that's fine. And I'm going to use duplicate. I'm holding Alt and Shift to quickly show this little, you know, a quick little duplicate. Just I'm pressing Control J. Anyway, our subtext here, we're going to call it make sure to leave a like. Oh, I don't know. That's too much. We're just going to call it 2D banner tutorial. Tutorial 2D banner update. Forget it. That's perfectly fine. So Control A to select everything in this text. So you can also just highlight it if you want. But if you press Control T after you highlight everything, or select this little A button right here, you can shrink. You can do the same exact things from up here, but also you can also do this. So we're gonna put it on 7 for now. You can change the spacing between the letters if you didn't know. Just click on VA, and then simply just click and then just drag to the right or left to shrink the letters, or either, you know, make them elongated or separate them a little bit more. And we're just gonna do that. And basically we have our simple text now. Now, like I said, well, I never said this, but make sure you try your hardest to fill the banner. Fill the space, you know, just make it look as clean as possible. I'm still trying to, what am I trying to say? Fill the space. Just make it as clean as possible, trying to still fill the space. Alright, that makes perfect sense for me. Alright, so like things like this, stay connected, and then I'm not going to do all of it because I don't want to waste too much time, but stay connected, something like this. Have a Twitter logo. We can simply get my the real Twitter colors and all that cool stuff for my 30K pack, all the icons and such. So Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, you can put it right here, nice and small, or whatever, how big you want to have it. Have that there. Sponsors can go down here. Sponsored by Seso HQ. Boom. You know, I don't have a sponsorship at all. I'm just saying. Have something like that right there. Fill the space. Play with it. Make it look good. Keeping this, by the way, oh, that's a good thing to say. I started doing this, like keeping everything on one. If I'm going to put something like that, I'm going to put it like right near the edge. Same thing with probably like 2D. I'll probably separate that a little bit more so that this is like right there and this is like right here. But of course, for tutorial purposes, just little things, just little things like that. You see how it's more filling the space right now besides having just a name? It just looks better, right? Just more eye appealing. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and click, and we're just going to simply measure this up and put that right there. In between the rulers here. Really good thing about the rulers, like I said, if you want to get this template, simply just download it below as well. Alright, so I talked about filling space. Now, you can either do some weird, cool, squiggly line design or whatever it is. You can see here, I filled my space with these little indentation, little zigzag things that correspond with these little banner-looking things with his face, his expressions in them, all that cool stuff. So, we can do something like that. It's simple enough. You guys probably seen me do it before. Same process and such, but to show you guys again, why not? Use my pen tool. And we'll just use this right here like so. And we're going to just go ahead and go halfway like so. Full and boom. No, here. No, around here. halfway, about somewhat. All right, you can see what I tried to do there. Right click, make selection. Now we have this selection here. This path is selected. What we're gonna do is gonna go to our background layer, Control J really quickly, then Control E. What that does is basically the same thing as we did before. So everything is in this one layer. So I can actually copy this entire layer while not messing around with anything. So I'm gonna go back to this new layer. Oh, I don't need this new layer, I think. I can just delete this. I don't need this yet. What I can do simply is click on this layer right here, the layer we just merged together, so all the background layers are together. Press M on your keyboard, which is the rectangle marquee tool up here. Right click, layer via copy right here. You can hide this layer now or delete it, whatever you want to do. But what this is, I just took a copy of that, what am I called it? The path of everything I just had on my background, so nothing's different. It doesn't look anything like it changed or anything. But if I double click on this new layer that I formed with the layer via copy, I can go to inner shadow, and I can turn off global illumination, or I call it global illumination, I don't know why, but use global light. What that does is basically, if your global light is basically like having one source light, so everything you do with inner shadows or drop shadows will have the same exact direction. But for banners like this, I feel like you can just turn it off and do it handly, and of course, handmade, angles and whatnot, you can just always change the angle to exactly the same. So I'm going to keep 180 for now, and we're just going to go ahead and see if I just choke size a little bit. We're going to see what works for us. I think that'll do. Doesn't look too bad at all. Put that up a little bit maybe. Let's see what it looks like at 90. Yeah, no. 180 for sure. Alright. And then we can put the choke up just a little bit maybe. Yeah, that'll do it. Choke size down. Opacity. So you can just mess around with these kind of settings here. Just maybe one more down. Yeah, perfect. Alright. Perfect. Sweet. Now you can put a stroke size on this one if you want to too. Stroke size 1. Color white. And you can put the stroke blend mode on overlay, and then maybe just lower down just a little bit. There we go, maybe 30% or so. Works out for me. Press OK, and now you have this like cool little space filling little box that you can put anything in. You can put pictures in here or whatever you want to put in them. With that being said, like I'm gonna show you how to do this simple little this little thing I did here, this little red outline banner looking thing. So what I did, I'm gonna do the same thing here. So I'm just gonna use my rulers again. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to make it look like this. Just for tutorial purposes, a little small little thing here. Boom. Connect it. And we're going to use the right click, make selection, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to unhide this layer or duplicate it if you did delete it. But we're going to unhide this layer, right click on this M tool here, layer via copy. So we're going to have another copy now. We're going to make sure we put it above this box so we can actually see it. Double click on it. And inner shadow. Alright, boom, inner shadow. Use global light, turn that off, 180 degrees. Choke size up, distance 1, size, mess around with that. Alright, simple enough. What you do is here, I have it on 120 and 3, which it's working for me. Lower the opacity of this just a little bit. Go to stroke now. Put your stroke size to maybe 1 or 2, depends on what you want to do. Make sure you change your position to inside. Well, I'll say 1 for now. We're going to change this color to whatever color we're going to use. We're going to use a purple, I think. Yeah, we're going to use a purple. So with that being said, you can just lower the opacity if you need to lower it just a little bit. But to get this little box looking thing around it, it's simple, really simple. You can think of it yourself, of course. What I did, select the thumbnail right here with using control, hold control. Select the thumbnail. It applies a little, basically reapplying the path of whatever the selected thing you just did. So go to select, modify, expand by about 5 pixels. I'll say 4. 4 is fine. Press OK. What this will do is actually expand our our outline, our path that we just did to a nice little reasonable spot or whatever. So make another new layer below this. We can just simply use Control Backspace or Alt Backspace, whatever you want to do. Just basically select color and such. Just it takes our background color. That's what the shortcut is. It takes our background and foreground color with Control and Alt Backspace to quick fill it. You do that. Once you do this, you just lower our fill down all the way to 0. What that'll do is get rid of basically the picture, but the picture's still there. It's under this 0 opacity, but it can also still apply inner shadows or layer styles overall. but if your opacity's at 100 but your fill's at 0. So that's a little trick if you guys didn't know that. We're going to put our distance to 1, choke size up, and then simply enough, you can just simply add a nice little stroke. White, one size, put it on overlay, and you're good to go. And that's basically how I did the little the banner part, the small little banners, but I just did one really long way, elongated way. You can see that. Same exact thing, but you see how these are pointy right here and these are not? That's simply because I retraced this. So except for like guessing like what 5, pixels was from this thing, you can do it like this, and then once you've done it, if you want more precise looking points, so I'm just zooming just a little bit and just go over it. So I clicked over there. I'm going to hold shift to make straight lines, and I'm going to basically make my own points. So boom, make my point right there. There should be a point here and there, but really quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and connect it really quickly, and you'll see, zoom out. Boom, connect it right quick. Zoom out really quick. Right click, make selection. Just gonna fill this with any color. Alt backspace again on the same exact layer with all the effects on it. Control D, and you'll see I retraced it, and now I have pointy lines except for the smooth lines here. So simply enough, that's how you do that. And then with that being said, we gotta make sure we apply that again. Boom. All right. With that being said, that's how we do that, and that's how we got this really cool looking. This looks pretty cool to be so far, but we have no color. We're gonna do that really quickly. So we're gonna do a new layer above this little box here, or we can put it above everything, but below the text. We are going to add a purple. We're gonna use a nice purple here. We'll use that purple. We'll use them from up here, or maybe darker. Yeah, we'll do that. Try it. See what that looks like. Alright, brush. And if you guys did not know, also, for some reason, a lot of people don't know this. I don't know if I mentioned it already yet, but if you press caps lock, if you do not see your brush, press caps lock. It hides your brush. It gives you this little cross in between your, either you can use the cross or hold caps lock, or, tap caps lock and actually see your brush. I prefer seeing my brush, and of course, if you did not know, Control and Alt, right click, and then moving left and right changes your diameter, and also up and down changes your hardness, if you guys didn't know that already. I'm going to use a soft brush, lower that down, and we're just going to simply apply purple like so in just various little 4 dots, or if you want, or 2 big dots like so. If I just made the brush a little bit bigger, one here and one here, but I like the 4 dots. It just depends. It's whatever you want to do, honestly. We're going to leave it on normal though. We're just going to lower the opacity down just a little bit, maybe about 55 or so. You can still see the purple. You can see here on this banner, I have 4 spots as well, the same 4 spots, but a dimmer color. You can see this dimmer red here, dimmer red here. It almost looks like an aurora coming from these really hard, spots of red. So with that is the same thing here. We're going to apply another new layer with a more brighter purple, or more demanding purple, like so. Simply make a little smaller brush. Click, 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 and click. Now we can keep it like that. I think normal looks good. If we want to change it to anything else, like maybe like screen, or color dodge just looks really good. I like color dodge a lot. All right, down for color dodge. All right, we're gonna load the opacity down just a little bit. We're gonna make a new CC now. So we're gonna use some CC colors, or CC things. I don't know what to call them. CC adjustments. There we go. And this little half circle here brings these little adjustments up. Simply enough. Add some curves. A simple curve always does a trick with a nice little contrast hit, with a nice little brightness hit as well. You can mess around with your CCs. So mess around with brightness and contrast, color, curves. It depends what color you're using as well, a lot of it. So another curve, maybe just another one, like so. I'm down for it. Maybe lower the opacity of it a little bit. All right, simple CC there. And you can see now that I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna make another new layer on the top with a nice white brush, a nice little solid source hit of a light right on the top. Lower the opacity of it, and we have a really clean looking banner right now. I'm a fan of it. So simply enough, we're basically done. We have the same, almost the same exact backing as this one. I probably do have a darker contrast here, but we're basically almost done. So I'm going to apply the picture really quickly. A random Advanced Warfare hand picture. Of course, this is going to be anything of your kind, whatever your kind of channel you're doing. You can either do your random selfies of yourself or whatever game you play. I'm just going to duplicate this a couple times. Just imagine this is a multiple pictures of yourself or whatever you want to have. Anyway, we're going to simply just control click these, control E these together, merge them together. So I have one solid picture. I'm going to put it below everything, even this. Yes, even that. All right, simply enough, you guys have so many, basically what you do is you just change this from normal to luminancy. Just look, pay attention to the picture. You can see I changed the luminancy. It takes the exact same source colors, all the backings and stuff, and already applies it to the picture, so that makes it look better already. Simply enough, lower your opacity on luminancy, and the picture will blend in so perfect, it's scary. And just like so, that'll work for me. I have it on 2 opacity. I can still see it. If you want to put it up, of course you can. I'll put it to 3. And I'm just going to do my eraser trick here. It looks good for me. And just erase it in certain... Oops. Click on my picture. And erase it in certain points. Just like so. And there you guys go. That's basically how I created the Phase Adapt banner. How I have some new techniques and stuff from my 2D banner tutorials. Or my 2D banners I'm doing for clients and such. So please... leave a like, guys. If you guys didn't know already, 200 likes on this video is down below. Please don't forget to leave a like. Let's try and hit 400 likes, though. I'm pretty sure we can do it. You guys really killed these tutorials. I really, really do appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I don't know why I just completely stuttered there, but don't forget to follow me on Twitter at SesoHQ. Please do so. I want to hit 10K. I want to hit 10K this year. Can we do it? Please go follow me on Twitter. Also check out sellfy.com/SesoHQ for any pre-mades and stuff for almost below $5 to $9 for new revamps and stuff for you guys to just get pre-made revamps. All that cool stuff, so please go check that out as well. Please comment down any new tutorial ideas. Like I said, guys, I will be pushing so much good content. I cannot wait for the next uploads. I really cannot. Oh, by the way, I did no color with this text here. Play around with the same source color, so I would probably turn this purple, random things purple, because it just looks good. Like so. Source color, Just so you know, I don't know why it looks so... I forgot completely about the color and layer styles. Please focus on that just a little bit, but not too much. Don't kill yourself with the layer styles, because you can really ruin a banner with layer styles, bad layer styles. Anyway, see you guys later. So, switch you out. Peace.